hands down, this is one of the most luxurious things I've ever experienced. Now, I was actually lucky enough to fly home first class from the Maldives. I've actually never flown first class before. I've been fortunate enough to fly business, but this was absolutely out of this world, and I can't even tell you how grateful and excited I was. So to start off, the menu was absolutely huge. I've never seen so many options. They brought over canapes as soon as I'd sat down, which was just so bougie and unnecessary, but I was absolutely not complaining. And then my flight attendant came over and asked if I wanted a sleep suit. I had no idea what she meant, but I thought, yeah, right, I'll order these. Anyways, it turns out a sleep suit is just a very bougie word for pajamas. There was no way I was turning down anything they offered me. I actually said yes to everything. So I put on my pajamas, and not gonna lie, I was giggling to myself so much. I was just wishing somebody was there to see what I looked like, because I felt so stupid. I was wearing pajamas in a day flight. It wasn't even an evening flight. So I felt like it was very unnecessary. But anyways, here we are. Now, when it came to the menu, like I said, it was absolutely huge, and I couldn't believe it. I've seen before, like, you know, when they've got your tray out for you, but the fact that they literally laid my table, they put a serviette on my lap, it was just madness. And so for my main, I ended up getting this, I think it was a tomahawk steak. The mash was so creamy. It genuinely tasted like a meal I'd got from STK. It was incredible. Followed by a sticky toffee pudding for dessert, which is actually one of my favorites. And then when you wanted food, you could get food at any point, like any snacks that you wanted, you could get it literally at any point. This is how my bed went down, by the way. So my bed went completely flat. These were the headphones that they got. They were like really nice headphones. I've never had so much space on a flight. I've seen people fly with like Emirates and stuff, and you literally get an entire bedroom, but how anyone could want more than this is just absolutely crazy. I couldn't have asked for more. It was so spacious, so huge. And something I was so excited to look at was actually the wash bag. All of the products inside were LMS. They had literally everything. This rose face spray, let me tell you, I will be buying it in the full size. It was absolutely incredible. They got like a deodorant and stuff, a mirror, earplugs, toothbrush, toothpaste, basically anything you wanted, they had. I actually ordered some Lindt chocolates and some popcorn, and then I put on some movies. I ended up watching Garfield. Not gonna lie, wasn't as good as when I was younger. And then I watched American Fiction, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up and I'm back in the UK.